Today, we have a very special guest. We have very few Chicago artists on here, so when I found that out, it got me super excited. And then as I started doing more research on her, it's like, oh, snap. Okay. Now I'm really excited. We have JUNO. How's it going today, JUNO?
What's up? So sorry. I had toured, I'd done the sessions, I'd done all these high profile gigs, and then I really wanted to share my story. And I think one message that I want to get out to people is that, like, you don't need $1 million studio to make an album. You don't need 20 writers, 90 producers. Like, you know what I'm saying? The industry has just gotten ridiculous. It's just like, what's in your heart? That's what you write about. You know what I'm saying? And you keep trying until it feels right to you. And so, yeah, I went to LA, but I had to actually leave LA to do my album because, again, I think everybody thinks, oh, just go to LA. Well, it's more than that. You gotta have a vision. You gotta have a mission. You gotta have purpose. You know what I'm saying? You have to be intentional. So I would argue, don't move to LA until you have that, because that was one of the mistakes that I made, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna just go to LA, I'm gonna just be around it. And you can't tell me I was around the top artists in the world. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have a vision for myself until I got down and said, what do I want for my life? What do I want to say? What do I want to leave in the world? That's when the magic started happening. And that's when I really started to feel empowered and like, wow, this is my purpose. That everything else was leading me to this, but this is my purpose.
Well, what I did appreciate about the album is all the different styles and like that you touch upon. Like the opening song, I believe you're playing like piano or something. Mm-hmm. You're playing like piano, and then you kind of switch it up, go to like electric guitar, then you go to acoustic guitar, and then like I even picked up some like little reggae influence in there somewhere. Yeah, and I was just like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Like every song sounds completely different. And it all works together. Like usually when you just hear, okay, this song sounds one way, the other way, and it's just like 8 to 10 songs just kind of like thrown together.
Yeah.
But this time it just kind of all works together. It's really awesome.
Yeah, and I think the difference is I never sat down and was like, what can I make? I lived this album. And I wrote each song, and then I produced it, and I did it, and then I went to the next one. And the album really put itself together. I'm telling a story. I think now everyone's all about just like putting out singles. But the album is really, you really have to listen to it front to back to fully get the experience of like, whoa, so thank you for checking it out. And yeah, I think that's important to me, to not be in a box, because like my life I've had so many amazing experiences that I just want to be free as an artist to express myself however that comes out. I don't know where that reggae influence came from. Everyone says that to me. Yeah. And to me, it doesn't feel reggae, but I guess that's the way it comes off.
And to me, it's just it's more the enunciation that you use.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like, that was the first thing I picked up on. I was like,
really? Wow.
It was just like, wow, this sounds really reggae. And
I just gotta say this, man. I'm trying to bring back real artistry, real musicianship. Listen, I love internet and Instagram and all that, but it's a lot of people that's just like posting duck lips and stuff. It's like, we need to get back to the music, okay? Yeah. And that's just the real truth, man. We're living in a world right now, which brings me to the Black Lives Matter movement, which brings me to the elections coming up. There's so much stuff going on in the world. And I think as an artist, we have a different responsibility right now. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage all artists, I take that seriously. I encourage all artists to take that seriously. And what I mean by that is like, we have to have a message that's bigger than just us right now. Yeah. It can't just be like, check out my dreadlocks, because my dreadlocks are cute. But what's important is that the world is a better place. I'm really proud of the fact that I feel like I put my heart and my soul into this album. Mm-hmm. And I'm always trying to come up with new ways to express myself and to talk about the things that are going on in the world and in my world, because I think that's important. Like when I look back to Prince and Diana Ross and Miles Davis, I mean, they embody their time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you just look at the way Miles Davis walked, you can tell he wasn't from 2020. Yeah. You can tell he from back, like he was just smooth. And I just really respect just that true artistry. I think that's one of the reasons I made an album, is because I missed that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many amazing artists out, but I think even more so, I think we should all step it up even more and say, hey, in 50 years, when I'm not the new artist right now, what will my music have done for the culture? That is so important. You know, as a Black woman right now, you know, I am dealing with a lot of emotions with everything that's going on. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to lift my people. I'm always going to support, you know what I'm saying, and give back and stuff like that. But it's not enough. Everybody has to do their part. Everybody has to reach out to their own communities, their own networks, their own families, so that we can really have a change and that everyone can matter. Everyone. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I'm constantly reminding myself of. I'm not perfect, you know, but I'm kind of pulling back from social media a little bit and being more boots on the ground, being like, I want to be proud of what I'm doing in my life. I don't want to spend 3 hours thinking of an Instagram caption. You know what I'm saying? And I think our culture, that is so normal. And it's funny because like, sometimes you actually feel like you did something and you actually didn't do anything. You just sat there for 3 hours and came up with a post. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, look, I don't need to be seen. You know what I'm saying? I want to be impactful. And even if you don't see me doing that, it don't matter. It's being done.
Elton John said love is love like 20 years ago. And Little Mike still loved to dance, but I guess he had to go. And little lights all over the world fill up the stadiums when heroes sing. And